My name is Barbara Rose Brooker. I'm 84 and I want to be a movie star. I'm an author. I've published 13 books. My latest novel was published 2020, and I'm the founder of the first Age March, Age Magnificent movement in history. When I was all the way back to when I was a single mother in my 30s and went back to graduate school and so forth and so on, I was very aware even then of ageism. I had to wear a Velcro name tag that said reentry woman. And so as the decades passed, I noticed the ageism was just horrible, but nobody would talk about it, just like racism. Not that I'm comparing, but it is a discrimination, and people are defined by their age. About 10 years ago, when I was 73, going on 74, I thought, I've really had it. How about we have Gay Pride Month all around the world, but what about Age Pride Month? And I thought about it and I thought, my friends are in their 20s and in their 90s. And I thought, let's stop this. Let's stop this and be people without a number. And let's stop the age segregation and defining people by age and the stereotyping. So I thought, what about an age march? Even the past 10 years, several years, the talk of age just nobody wanted it. They act like it's a disability or a horrible thing instead of a celebration. So then I got the sponsor Revitalash to sponsor this. Once I got Revitalash, the Hollywood producers came in, big ones, TV producers, and said, we're going to do the first virtual global march in history. So then I've had like 4,000 people join agemarch.org and the producers, because I want this to be every race, every gender, every sexual orientation. I see the world someday as ageless, because without being defined by age. Because at 84, to be perfectly honest, I'm always told, oh my God, you look good for 84 and you're still working and writing books. I just want to stuff their mouths, let's stop the still working. And it is irritating because there are jobs that I have applied for in the past 2 years that I'm more than qualified for in writing. But as soon as you get there, they find out your age, suddenly somebody else, is hired. So agemarch.org is very important to me. When I always say I'm 84 and I want to be a movie star, very seriously, I am interested in acting and I have been on that road. And so I always say it on purpose, because when they hear the age, oh, they probably think, poor thing, movie star, 84, she's lucky if she can be walking around, And I'm not the only, I'm speaking for so many women who are 50, so many friends who are 30, 40, 50, 60. I hear the same thing all the time at 32, especially in San Francisco, where the startup companies, we have everything here, Google, Facebook, Salesforce, and all these young, beautiful people are working there. I've talked to women in their 30s and 40s and 50s who say, oh, it's too late for us. It's too late for us. Or they'll, on their lunch hour, they'll run out and get Botox if they have a job interview or something. I have a friend who just turned 40, also an author, and she's freaking out. And I said, what do you want to be? You want to be dead? You want to be not breathing? Why are you freaking out? Well, she's freaking out because, who's going to want me? My hair's turning gray and my wrinkles and jowls and all that. Well, we all have to age. I mean, I'm wearing turtlenecks all the time to cover the jowls because I don't believe in surgery. I also don't believe in age appropriate. I believe in age inappropriate, to be who you are and express yourself. And I'm not totally against product. Not at all. I mean, I'm using moisturizers and Revitalash and, all the things you can do, and hair products and all of that sort of thing. I'm all for beauty, but I'm against the message that one has to mutilate oneself to be beautiful, because there is an inner life that we all have that seems to never be mentioned. And that's why so many women are frustrated, because they have talents and they're afraid if they choose not to do their faces or to let their hair go gray, and all of those things, that they won't be able to. So our message is wrong. Our messaging is wrong.
What do you attribute to your ability to still be agile?
There's 2 or 3 messages I have for that. The first is to listen to your real self, to go deep inside yourself and never let go of your dreams, no matter what. That's number one. The other main thing is nutrition. It's so, so, so important. And drink tons of water, and I know it sounds Pollyannish, try to stay away from the things that really will harm you. I don't run marathons and I don't go to gyms, and I'm not like some of my friends I envy, where they're doing yoga all day and they're fabulous. I think all of that helps. I don't do it. I admit it, but I do walk every day some. To feel good about yourself, psychological health is very, very, very important. I'm still in therapy, um, because I want to learn more about my inner life and subconscious and feeling good about myself, because I think every human being struggles with those things in one way or another. Living life is a constant um, journey, and it's a constant journey into the self, and also exploring your outer desires and dreams. I mean, you can become successful at any age. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about being on the cover of Time. That can happen too. But I'm talking about fulfilling your dreams and desires. And I see it all the time with people who come to my classes. They're in their 80s and they always wanted to write, and they think it's too late. Well, it's never too late for creativity. And many of my people, as I call them, these wonderful friends now, have written and published books over the years that they started in class. And I've gone to book signings, they're 92 and they're holding up their book. It's so exciting. Purpose is what I'm trying to say. Purpose is the key to longevity. I do believe this.
What do you think are some of the key components to good nutrition that have helped you?
I'm not a vegan, though I do not eat meat and I do not eat chicken. I eat fish. But that's my creation. That's for me, because my health issues, from diverticulitis to I had uterine cancer, and we all know our bodies. So I stopped my burgers and my beloved hot dogs that sometimes I dream about, and the things that I live. And I went to salmon, and I do a white tuna. I'm very careful. I eat all organic. I do eat all organic. I eat a lot of pasta. it's all in moderation. I eat a lot of pasta, and I mix it with shrimp and lots of the green vegetables that I can eat. And yogurt. I do lots of yogurt every day for probiotics, and the fruit that I can't eat. And so this is very steady. Even if I'm invited out, I would still stick to variations on the theme, salmon or pasta with vegetables and mushrooms. And I do tea instead of coffee now because coffee I just couldn't handle anymore. But that's not to say that everybody has to have my diet, but to vary their diets. I think it's very important for each person to create and study the diet that will benefit them psychologically and physiologically. And I also think attitude is very important. How you're going to approach this next segment of your life physiologically, and not equate it with, oh my God, I'm old, I'm menopausal, oh my God, this is terrible. To make it work for them and become even more vibrant and physiologically healthy with nutrition and exercise. And I always put inner life with that. And inner life is not exactly an easy journey. I mean, because if we really face our truths, there's a lot of things that we're all going to feel, whether they're regrets or lost dreams. There's lots of things. It's not an easy thing. But I think if you do face inner life, you really get the glories then. It's like coming up from the bottom of the ocean and suddenly you're soaring to the top, before you're ready to go down again. And it can really do so much for you physiologically in every way. So when I have colleagues who are my age say to me, for example, well, aren't you afraid to say your age? Well, or how are you ever going to meet anyone? I'm single. I've been single a long time, for like 30 years. I like being single. It's my choice. And I like living this way. But yes, I would love to meet Prince Charming to fit my lifestyle. I think I don't care what gender, sexual orientation, anything anyone has. We all have the romantic fantasy. Okay, so how do you meet a romantic fantasy with the number above you that's over 50 or over 60? Let me tell you something. It doesn't exist, because the single sites, like Match.com and all the ones that my daughter met her husband on one of those sites many years ago. So it's wonderful. But for people who are 60 plus, it is not wonderful, because you either have to lie about your age, which the men do too. They put up photographs that are 20 years old. And so, or the women run and get Botox and fillers real fast and they do these airbrush photographs. That's really sad. I don't go on at all anymore because I won't lie about my age. So it would go against everything I believe in. So if I put 84 down, which I tried recently, silence, complete silence. And even some of the age activists who have these, memberships and organizations, their ages too, because they stopped their memberships at 60. So it's really interesting if you go on the internet and you see all the organizations and things that are available to us in so many ways, but yet the age is still listed there. I hate those things that say for example, book club for elders. Oh, I'm not an elder, I'm a person. And I don't want to be with just people my age. I love being with the young people. I learn from them. I'm learning technology. I love their style, and just so many things. So we're just a weird culture right now.
What would you pass on to them to say, if you want to thrive as much as you can for as long as you can, here are my 3 tidbits?
Off the top of my head, I would say desire. Know your desire. Do you want to write a book? Do you want to write a screenplay? Do you want your life to be a Netflix series? Do you want to move to the country? Whatever the desire can be. And absolutely make the first step to that desire. Absolutely do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Because when I published my first novel, I was 50. And I was told I was too old. And now I'm 84 and my new novel's out and I'm writing another one. So the point is desire. The second one I would say is reach into your inner self. And you don't have to go to a shrink or a therapist if you don't want to. Do it yourself. Do it, my way is I do see a therapist. I always have been involved in therapy, but I do have a notebook where sometimes I'll jot down, a thought or a memory that'll just a piece of it that will come to me. And sometimes I'll reflect on it and sometimes I'll be sad on it, but go into your inner self, expand your inner self and who you are. And the third thing is, this is what I'm trying to do now, and it's not easy. Develop your skills for technology so you can merge with the younger generation in this life. There's all kinds of free programs out there for people. Don't be afraid of that. And that's the third thing. And look at the flowers and the trees every day too. Don't look just at the darkness. Enjoy bliss, because each one of us has bliss in our life. Find it and enjoy it. And with purpose, you will live to 100 or more. If not, you're going to enjoy the journey and get some, rest when you need it. Don't run around like a zombie. Go into the inner self. Even if it's watching movies on Netflix all day or reading a wonderful book, try to get into, a world that you enjoy and like, instead of running all day on errands and trying to please others. Celebrate yourself and you'll celebrate others. And you'll have good health. I really believe that. For those of you who want to read my latest novel, Love Sometimes, it's very much about what we're talking about. And it's on Amazon and all bookstores as well. And the Audible, I really think they did a great job with the Audible. My website is BarbaraRoseBrooker.com. And it's really easy. I'd love to hear from anybody as well. And anybody who wants to contact me to ever be on my podcast, if you have something interesting to say, just contact me at BarbaraRoseBrooker.com.
Thank you so much for your time today, for everything you shared.
I'm thrilled to have, I really am. Thank you so much.